Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Wednesday edition of PWR Daily.
Is it the fourth day of Christmas?
I think the days of Christmas lead up to Christmas, which was Monday.
Oh. I've never figured that out. Is it before Christmas, then it's the 12th
Well,
day
yeah,
of
because you
Christmas?
put the thing up and you count down the days. And like in your stocking, aren't you supposed to get a gift on all the 12 days leading up to...
I thought it was after Christmas, then it's the 12th days.
When does
of
St.
Christmas.
Nick come? Because it's not on Christmas, is it?
No, that's like earlier in December, depending on where you live.
Contrary to what we're
Come to my
talking about
house.
now, this is the Pro Wrestling Report for
Yes.
Wednesday, December the 27th, 2006. Damian Nelson sitting alongside the man they call Frank Cosentino.
Ooh.
I almost said Meathead. It's almost like his spirit is here in the studio with us,
I
unfortunately.
feel his presence.
Frank Cosentino, again, alongside me, Damian Nelson. We've got more of your emails, as we said
Yes.
on last week's edition of the Pro Wrestling Report. Monday through Wednesday now, devoted to you, the fans, and your emails. You never know when yours is going to be read, so make sure you tune in every day. And some provocative things come out of these emails. You people have a lot better thoughts than we do,
Yes.
and we like hearing your emails. You can have your email read on this show and potentially even be the fan of the week on the Pro Wrestling Report television show by sending an email message to mail@pwrshow.com. Once again, that's MAIL, mail@pwrshow.com. Now I shall yield to the leader of this segment, Frank Cosentino.
Hi, Marcus Milholm again. What if TNA buys the WWE? It could happen, but what do you think?
WWE is not for sale, will never be for sale.
No.
It's not an option.
Hey guys, my name is Brad, and I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Kentucky, the Motor City. All we need is music, sweet music. There'll be music everywhere.
I love
Martha Reason
I love
Vandellas,
Greektown, by the way, over there.
Side of WrestleMania 23.
Yes.
I will be in attendance at that.
Not only you, but Brad from Detroit. I have my tickets to WrestleMania 23 next year, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I have a few questions.
As well, you should be.
What's your favorite WrestleMania match of all time?
Loaded question. If I had to
Yeah.
narrow it down to one WrestleMania match that was my favorite of all time, my favorite WrestleMania match of all time would probably be the gimmick battle royal from WrestleMania 17. Heenan and Okerlund calling the action from ringside. Iron Sheik wins it. Brother Love's in it. Heck, everybody was in it. But not the best match. Don't get me confused here, folks. Not the best match of all time of WrestleMania. My favorite match. Best match would have to be somewhere between Hogan Giant at WrestleMania 3 and Steamboat Savage at WrestleMania 3 as well.
Move on. Danielle in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. Do you think The Rock will ever come back to wrestling? And do you think that Triple H married Steph for the money?
Here comes the money. No, I don't think so. I think that Triple H and Stephanie found love with each other. I think that they are.
My husband.
I think that they are a happy family, and I would not even want to imply such a thing. Maybe if this becomes the Maury Povich show, we can talk about that. But
Rock coming back?
Rock, I think so. I think that we will see
make
the
his
Rock
token
in the
appearances.
WWE ring again. Not wrestling. I don't think we'll ever see Rock really wrestle a match again.
No.
But certainly, I think we'll see him back in WWE at some point.
Jonathan Torres in the Bronx.
Ah, yeah.
Hey guys, I've been watching the show for a few months now and can't start my day without it.
Neither
Anyway,
can we.
all you guys on the show are great, hilarious, and try to keep up the good work. We try our best. Anyway, I have 3 quick questions. If TNA ever reached the level WCW did in terms of notoriety and competition with WWE, and by some cruel twist of fate, TNA folded, 1, do you think the WWE would buy TNA?
I will not put my competition.
Do you think WWE would do a WWE versus TNA angle a la The Alliance?
I think they learned a lot from the Alliance debacle.
And number 3, do you think they would do it better or worse than The Alliance angle?
Better.
Thank you for the email. Devontae Lex, also in Brooklyn, New York. What's up? Love the show,
I
especially...
don't believe Brooklyn and the Bronx are the same thing. They
That's
could
true. That's true.
I'm just saying.
I'm mistaken there. Also from New York.
Brooklyn.
What's up? I love the show, especially Mr. Democrat himself, Damien's commentary.
They called me a Republican. How dare they?
Do you think...
Well, I never. Well, you should have. It was on an episode of Three's Company. It's a great comeback for that, folks.
Do you think the Intercontinental title popularity has decreased or increased? It's
Decreased.
Yeah.
Remember, the Intercontinental Champion used to be the number one contender for the WWE title.
Yes.
That was the way it was.
You'd win it at Royal Rumble, and then you had your chance at WrestleMania, and who knows. We read that one already.
Good job, interns.
Paul Redmond in Banbury, England.
That's across the pond, in case you didn't notice.
What do you think about Blizzard Brawl coming out on DVD and as extra putting some of Damien interviews on it?
Blizzard Brawl will be a jam-packed, loaded DVD. It will be available coming up in the next few days here on PWRshow.com. And it will feature not only an exclusive interview with sensational Sherry Martel, but some other exclusives that we can certainly add on there. We have a very deep library of interviews.
Yes.
And quite frankly, whatever you want to see, folks, we can certainly drop onto that DVD. So go ahead and send us a note if you have certain people that you want to see. We've interviewed Jim Cornette. We've interviewed Al Snow, Owen Hart, Roddy Piper, Bobby the Brain Heenan 2 or 3 times. As I said, sensational Sherry Martel. Nick Bockwinkel's been in this very studio.
Yes.
What's his name? The Lawler's son, Brian Lawler.
Christopher.
Brian Christopher's been on this program. We've Luna Vachon, Disco Inferno, Buff Bagwell. Good God, there's been so many people, but Sable, Josh Matthews, and names just keep on rolling.
Vampiro,
and the Wiggle, Norman S. Smiley, yes. All those people, check out over the interview section of PWRshow.com. Tell us who you want to see. We can drop all that stuff in good quality to a DVD.
My name is Paul Harney from across the pond in good old Ireland. I was watching a show last week, and I paid particular notice to when you were talking about the possible WrestleMania matches, and I have something to say about them. First, I agree with Meathead. I think Randy Orton should have been the one to end the Undertaker's streak. I like Orton. He's been a very talented wrestler and is good on the mic. Basically, I don't want to read the whole thing because there's a lot here. A chance of Cena versus Hogan could be set up, yes or no?
Yes. I think that chance exists.
Umaga versus Triple H for the title. I don't know. No, it doesn't. That doesn't. It could, but I don't think it'll happen for WrestleMania. That's not a WrestleMania match. Thank you, Paul, for your email. El Calavera.
Oh, Cool J. Ladies love Cool James.
You lost me there.
Figures.
Yeah, usually when it comes to that. Damien, I just started watching the show, and I have to say it rocks. By the Canadian Destroyer as the greatest finisher. No way.
Actually, the Canadian Destroyer is the single greatest finishing maneuver in the history of professional wrestling.
Petey always lands too far back on his ass to look even close to realistic, and his opponent obviously has to do most of the work to get the move over.
You're looking at that too deeply. Look at the sweetness of the move and the fact that no matter how many times you look at it, you still almost can't figure out how it happened. Again, in my opinion, which you're entitled to as well, the single greatest finishing maneuver in the history of professional wrestling. Name a better one. I implore you to do so. Name, LL Cool J, name a better finishing maneuver, and I'll take you to task on that one.
El Calavera.
El Calavera.
Jorge Ortiz. Hey, guys, big fan of all three of you, the Kaz, Damien, and, of course, Meathead. Anyways, a few months ago, I sent an email about a possible WrestleMania main event being Cena versus Orton for the WWE title. I recently heard that Orton or Triple H are being considered to face Cena for the WWE title. Now, what do you guys see happening? P.S. I love the Vampiro!
Vampiro!
What do you think you guys seen that happen?
He didn't like that so much, by the way. Vampiro.
No, he hated it.
To him.
He hated it. He kind of gave us a look of, no.
Yeah.
Don't go there, guys.
When you were asking about the flock of seagulls.
Yeah. Triple H, Orton, Triple H, Cena.
We may have spoke too early a couple of weeks ago when we started speculating about WrestleMania
It's way
main
too
event
early
matches.
for that.
All that stuff's subject to change. Who knows what we're going to see? Do I think John Cena is going to be headlined on WrestleMania? Yes. Do I think Batista will as well? Yes. I think Triple H is almost a given, but we don't know.
Scott Ford in Winthrop Harbor, Illinois. Hey guys,
close to our
show
home
is
base here in Milwaukee.
It is. Just wondering, what are your opinions on strong style wrestling, i.e. Samoa Joe, Sensei, CM Punk, and others. Do you think this style of wrestling becoming more prominent?
I think it should.
There's always a place for that in wrestling, and always should be a place for that.
Passion it generates, in my opinion.
Hey guys, this is Brad from London, England. That's cross-bot.
You know.
Am I the only one who thinks Shark Boy sucks? He comes out to his matches and the fans love him, yet when he comes to the actual match, the only thing he does is that stupid Dead Sea drop. He gets about one a match month anyway. Why haven't TNA got rid of him yet?
He's a novelty.
Yeah.
He's a novelty.
He's like Eugene.
Yeah.
Jonathan Ochoa. I love your show. I watch it all the time. Do you think D Generation is a successful stable with just 2 members?
Yes. Maybe a third if it's the right person, right time, right spot. But no, it's certainly the 2 founders, if you will.
Chris Landgridge in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Finley's biggest fan. Hey, guys.
Of course.
Of course. Hey, guys, just letting you know that I sent an email to TWC Fight to try and get them to air PWR here in the UK. Big WCW fan, although I only began watching around 1999. I've tried to watch all the videos as I could find. The question is, what is the most surprising moment in WCW apart from the Hogan heel turn?
Ooh, good question. I would have to say, aside from the Hogan heel turn, it would have been the series of weeks when Hall and Nash showed up and became
something
the outsiders
with
and
NWO.
powerbombed Bischoff through the table at a pay-per-view.
And they did that before Vince started getting beat up. And Austin would take care of that.
First stunner was September 22nd, 1997 in Madison Square Garden on Vince McMahon. It was the last in the series because it started with JR at the September pay-per-view, the first 3-hour in-your-house pay-per-view, Ground Zero, from the Louisville Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky.
The man knows it all. Gerald NG, or Ing. What?
Good. You need to clap it out.
NG. I don't mean to make fun of your last name. What does don't spray paint? I know it's like 15-year-old reference, but don't spray paint me.
I am not sure it should have been
Gerald
said the
from
first
Singapore.
time it was said, and I'm not sure we should answer it this time. So perhaps Meathead will answer that in his own section of the forum. Moving on. We're going to have standards and means coming in here in a minute.
We're in trouble.
Again.
Question the Meathead.
And Meathead's not even here. Usually it's him, trouble follows him, and you have to put out the fire.
Question the Meathead, what did you do after WCW?
There's this belief out there.
There's this bridge in Milwaukee called the Home Bridge. He tried to jump it.
There's this rumor out there, this belief that Meathead at one point worked for WCW. While he may have been a plant in the audience once or twice without knowing it, no, he never. I don't know where that rumor came from. It could have been a misspoken statement here on this show. But what he did after WCW was folded was come to the hood of real men and become a WWE fan.
Or as he would say, he sat in the corner chewing on wet cigarettes.
That is it for this week.
Yes, and thank you so much for everyone sending in these emails. We've expanded it.
3 days and we
had to.
We
can't get
them all in. That is why we have all the interactive means that we have, folks. Name a show that's doing this for you, like we're doing it, and also name a site that is as clean and as informative as PWRshow.com. No pop-ups, no. You don't have to sign up for anything.
Yeah, we're not insiders.
We're not taking
we're
your
fans.
money, and we do that for you, the fans, and we appreciate your efforts. Those of you who are sending those emails and that feedback to those networks that might be interested in the Pro Wrestling Report show. We are pleased to announce that we've just entered an agreement or the opportunity to be featured on Grouper.com, which is a great website with a lot of fun viral videos on it, including the Pro Wrestling Report television show. You can see it there featured on the main page. It is growth that we cannot be doing without you. And as we move into the new year, 2007, you'll see some changes and adjustments here to the show and to the website to make your experience a lot more entertaining than you ever thought it could be. And we couldn't do that without you, the fans. So as we close out this PWR Daily for the 27th, and look forward to this Friday's episode of the PWR Honors. We thank you for your support, and for Frank Cosentino and the man they call Meathead, this is Damian Nelson signing off for this week's edition and this day's edition of the Pro Wrestling Report Daily. Thanks for tuning in, folks.